everybody, welcome back to the channel. In today's video, guys, we're going to get a first video on the red truck. It's a 66 F100 truck. I know it was with us in the Smokies a couple weeks ago, but today Dad is going to be assessing some of his issues that he had in the Smokies with the truck. Nothing happened to the truck that was an issue down there. We're just making some changes to the truck to make the truck better. So what we're doing here, guys, today is I got a bed full of parts here I'm fixing to show you guys, and I'm going to tell you where they come from first. So I'm going to take you outside really quick here and show you where all this stuff here come from. So everything that we got laying in the bed of the truck inside there come from the parts truck out here. So this is a 79 F150 dent side truck, and you can see that there's nothing underneath here. So you guys can kind of guess where we're going with this and what we're going to be doing to the red truck. So whenever we get back inside here, guys, I'll show you what I'm talking about. So here in the bed of the truck here, we got all of our parts that's going underneath the truck here. So we're putting disc brakes on the front of the 66 using dent side I-beams, spindles, calipers, and rotors. So this truck here is still all original, just like how he had it in high school. So you guys can see we got drum fronts here. And then it got the old I-beams and suspension here out of this truck is all original. So we're gonna be dent side swapping the front end, so to speak, to this truck here. I know he's seen several people do it before, so it should be a pretty easy thing to do. It's pretty much all the same, just swapping from drum to disc. And then after we get that there done, maybe later on down the road, we'll be doing some more stuff, fixing some other issues he had with it. But for today, guys, we're going to be pulling the I-beams out from under the truck and swapping them over to disc brakes.
All right, the first thing we got to do is get this truck jacked up and put on some jack stands and get the wheels off. Doing these I-beams, you got to put the jack underneath the frame instead of the I-beam. Alright, now we got the wheels off. Now we got to get in here and we got to take our spring down, get this nut here off, get the spring completely out, and then we'll have to take the bolt out of the I-beam and the radius arm. And then there will be two. There's one bolt here for the right side, and then there's another one under there for the left side. We get all that out, take our brake lines off, and get the I-beams out. Alright, we're trying to get this cotter pin. And here we go. This stuff hasn't been took apart in so long, it's all rusted up. Have to go get a different wrench. Alright, we gotta get this brake line off. Find my wrench. hoping the new brake lines for the disc brake will line up back up in these same brackets. the line. All right, we're gonna try to get this nut off so we can get the spring out. All right, she came right off. All right, now we gotta get this bolt out of the radius arm from the I-beam. Cannot believe these things have come out this easy, as old as this truck is, but that's good. All right, now we just gotta get the bolt out of the other end of the I-beam. We got the bolt out of that end of the I-beam, got the bolt out of the radius arm, had to take the outer tie rod loose, unhook the shock, take the brake line loose, and out comes the disc brakes or drum brake set up on the I-beam. And now we are going to attempt to put the disc brake one in. Blake showed you guys earlier with our little stuff that we've got painted all up here. Hopefully it'll all go in easy. All right, guys, here they are side by side. You can see a little bit of a difference. I don't have the rotor and the caliper and stuff on there, and the reason I didn't put that on there is for weight. It's a lot easier to put this thing under here when you don't have all that caliper and rotor and all that stuff in the way. So once I get this all in here and get it in, then I'll go ahead and put the rotor and the caliper and everything on, and then I'll have to figure out how I'm going to do my brake lines, and then I'm going to end up having to redo the master cylinder setup and everything too. All right, guys. We have got it started up in here. I've just got the bolts kind of stuck in there and put in there by hand, but everything seems to be lining up really good. I've got to get everything started back hooking up. Trying to get the cotter pin hole to line up with the castle nut. Alright, I gotta get a new castle nut. All right, guys, we got the rotor and stuff on, so now we're gonna try to get these brake pads on. Here. Put our lock bolt in. All right, guys, that's got the I-beam in, the caliper on, and the rotor and the wheel bearings and everything done. I've still got to put the spring in. We're trying to go do some different stuff with some springs here. We'll try to lower the truck maybe a couple more inches. This is the stock spring here on the left. You can see it's quite a bit higher. Blake got these two springs at a swap meet. I think they maybe cut a little too low, but I'm going to stick them in there and try it, let it down, and see what our ride height looks like. If not, if it is too low, I actually have another set of springs that I can cut a coil off of one of them and try to get the ride height the way I want it. If not, I'll just stick the stock ones back in it and go with it. All right. All right, now we got to hook the shock back up. All right, we got the shock bolt back in. All right, guys, that's gonna have this side done for now. Like I said, I've still got to put my brake hose on and redo the brake lines. I'm also going to put the proportion valve off the old 79 on here. I just got to figure out where I want it and how I'm going to mount it. I'm also going to get a dust cap for the bearing cover there. And we're going to have to let it down a few times and figure if these springs are going to work. So I'm just going to leave that on there for now. I guess that's going to get this side for probably tonight. I'm going to go ahead and do the other side. Maybe done a lot how Blake speeds these videos up. So just stay around.
Okay, so Dad lied to you guys. He is not done for the night right now. What have you run into here, Dad? What are you doing?
Having to ream the center hole out. These wheels don't fit the new hub, so
yeah.
It's not a whole lot, just a little bit.
Yeah, like he said, it's not a whole lot, but just a little bit. So these old bearings here were small enough that they fit in his wheels. Well, the new bearings are too big, so he's having to ream out the center holes of the wheels there. Because the wheels are off of, what year car did him come? Like a 17 Explorer? What year those come off of? Like a 17 Explorer?
17 to...
Yeah, 17 to like 20 Ford Explorer or something. That's what the wheels are off of. So they don't fit the big bearings from the dent side. But we're fixing that, so it's okay, guys. So after that there, though, we are going to be done with the truck for tonight. Okay, guys, so we are back out here working on the 66 again today. So far for today, what we've got done here is he's got his master cylinder, or not, God almighty, not his master cylinder, the brake booster here hooked up to the firewall here. We've been trying to figure out what we're going to do for pedals, for how it's going to hook up to the pedal and everything. Well, I think we got it figured out there. And we're worried about the master cylinder and the brake booster sticking out way too far, but it actually looks like it's going to work pretty good there. So yeah, so now all we got to do left is we're going to have to bolt up our master cylinder, bolt our pedal up, and then we got to run our brake lines down to the proportioning valve. And then also for today, we've also got our brake hoses hooked up here to the calipers, and just going to run those to the brackets. We checked those for clearance as far as turning the wheel all the way one way. They will work with the 66 brackets there. So now he's also got his proportioning valve right here. So we're still going to have to figure out where to place that. We're not for sure on that just yet, guys, but we will come back when we figure it out. Alright, guys, so back here we've got the brake booster and the master cylinder here all hooked up. We got the brakes bled and everything. Got the proportioning valve under here on the frame down there. Oh, let me get my light. Yeah, there you guys go. It's mounted right there to the frame. Made a little bracket, hooked it up. It looks real good under here. So now, guys, the only thing we have left to do, and we're going to do it off camera, guys, is he just got to put his brake light switch in line with the brake lines there, and then everything will be done. And then got to get two dust caps for the wheel bearings here, guys. But after that, he's done. It looks really, really good. Hopefully it works out really good. We will update you guys on that sometime in the future. If it works or not, I'm sure it will. So now his truck should stop like Rouse here does, just like any other dent side. So just makes it better. So guys, thank you guys for watching. I hope this video was helpful for you guys. If anybody else out there is trying to do it, because I think you had some hard time trying to find somebody else who'd done this, hadn't you?
Yes.
Yeah. So hopefully you guys.
Trial and error.
Yeah, a lot of trial and error. So
if anybody has any questions, they can ask.
Yeah. If anybody's got any questions, comment your questions down below. If you're trying to do it yourself, either me or Dad will respond to your comments, guys. He's the one that did it all, so he's probably going to answer, but I'll do my best. But thank you guys for watching. We'll see you guys in the next video.